Welcome to Nerdgasm, and this is going to be a 70 card CSG reveal. Grades popped already, and looked at a few of them for friends. So I wasn't intending on doing another massive submission, but I went to my godchild's birthday party in May, and him and a bunch of youngsters were going through their cards, and next thing you know, I'm coordinating for a bunch of young people and or adults with young people that don't yet know the value of the cards that they have. So I'm gonna reveal the cards. This is not the first one on the packing list, but looks like my Vileplume got a 7, and when I say mine, I mean my friend and I, who's doing the Pokemon resale project. So this first card, also a Pokemon card, is my godchild's card. It's his first ever graded card, so good on him getting a 9 right out of the gate. I don't know too much about this set, how hard it grades or what, but I've seen how he takes care of his cards, and well, this is another one of his cards. And first submission, he gets a Gem 10. I believe I was in my 3rd or 4th year of having cards graded before I got my first 10 out of my collection, and here he is, 10 years old, knocking out his first Gem Mint right out the gate. So good job, dude. And this is a soccer card of a player he likes that I had picked up for him. Figured I'd throw it in the grading order too. I just thought it was a nice card. I like the mosaic set, and maybe he'll like it too. It's a surprise. He doesn't know about it. This is a 1916 card. I actually had it marked as a little more recent than 1916. Their research must have turned up it was from an earlier set. I've been wanting to see how vintage looks in CSG, because with the membership, it's so much cheaper than SGC, but SGC looks amazing. Okay, so I picked up some wrestling cards, low print. This is MJF of AEW fame. And Leaf is generally not something I collect because it's unlicensed. But with wrestling, it's kind of easy for them to airbrush out logos and it not be too distracting. When I'm picking up college cards or pro players and it's just a plain generic helmet for an only vibrant uniform, it's distracting to me. So this is cool. 4 out of 8, and then here's another low print MJF, same set, also a 10. So I might kind of weigh the pros and cons on which one I like the best, or which one I think will give me the most return on my investment. This one's 5 out of 10. I don't know. I might put one of them up for sale. I might put both of them up for sale. I'm so flaky and indecisive sometimes, especially when it comes to cards that are not part of my PC. Ric Flair, Absolute Legend. Even with this grading out at 8.5, I should have no issue moving something that's, print run 4 out of 8. Somebody's bound to want it, and with, him getting up there in years, there's always the morbid curiosity collectors. Not for me, but I'm not judging it. So this is not mine. This is for collector I will call SL. This particular collector is really big into Saints, and Jameis Winston had a nice little stint with the Saints. He did a lot more for the community and the youths around here than he necessarily did on the field. Great player, but watching him grow has been incredible, from that juvenile silliness in college to now. And then you saw the Robert Meacham auto. My friend is also a major 90s basketball fan, and this is an adult collector, but still see that childlike vibrance in his eyes that I assume is in my eyes too when I talk about my hobby. And he's also big on the 80s and 90s baseball. This collector is basically one of the best sports historians I've met in my life, and getting to share this hobby with someone that I consider a hobbyist equal is just great. Joe Burrow major icon in our state, even though he plays professionally elsewhere. Every collection in Louisiana is going to have some Burrows. This is an oddball card that we're not too sure about the provenance on it, other than those are not the players that are supposed to be next to Larry Bird on this card. He wanted SGC to grade it. They turned it down. CGC said, hey, we'll grade it. But they evidence of trimming, so they slabbed it for us as authentic altered. And with the acrylic and the beauty of the CGC case, I hope he's as satisfied with it as I am. We weren't looking for a grade, really. We just wanted it authenticated and slabbed anyway. So we got that. Wasn't our first choice, but you know what? I got this elite membership, might as well use it. So this was a card I submitted questionable authenticity, so that's a little disheartening. This one is a football card that I've had graded other cards from this set through other companies, and they started rejecting it. So I sent it to CGC, got rejected. This is for one of my friend's children, collector CA, and I think this kid's 8 or 9. It's hard to keep track, they grow up so fast. He's not submitting counterfeit cards. I think this is just a specialty card that CGC doesn't grade, because I don't see this kid, and this also has questionable authenticity. I don't see why. I easily found this card in the pop report when filling everything out. This is a child that buys his Pokemon from the Walgreens and the Targets of the world. This isn't an adult trying to scam the hobby. I have a few ideas of what I'm going to do to make this family whole. I'm thinking one of my subs on a different company, I'll just get them graded for free. They trust me with their cards. It's the least I can do. It's this kid's first attempt at grading, and this is what he gets. And well, this is the football card I was telling you. It's like a printing plate, but not that printing plate metal. It's not in the system, and they had plenty of time to do the research. I even actually sent scans of the BGS versions in slabs to kind of help them out. But their company, they didn't feel comfortable putting their label on it. I gotta respect it. I'm just trying to sort out too why Beckett is suddenly sketchy about it. Not too sure what's questionable about this one. It's definitely got some corner damage that I don't remember being there when I sent it. I'm not making any accusations, but that might have just made a greater paranoid that it might be counterfeit. And unlike the young collector who pack pulled, this was actually something I've just picked up in a collection that I purchased. This is collector Bravo Oscar. His initials are BO. He's a big Yu-Gi-Oh collector, this guy. And he's always got cool Yu-Gi-Oh cards when we do these. And he's got a good eye. So I'm surprised to see the stuff he selected didn't gem out. And I mean, these are all like special edition, short print, anniversary set cards. He was really excited to get these graded, and I mean, you can't deny a 9 as being a nice grade. Okay, this is me. I got this off of comc.com. Went through all their handling and storage process. Got to me. I liked the way it was looking. Sent it in, and I got it as a 10. It's a Charizard. Totally going to be a flip. And then, of course, to come down from a 10 is my first edition Pikachu getting a 6. Yeah. But then I have this nice little 9.5 card. I don't think it's a high dollar card, but when you get in a 9.5, you put that in the $15 to $20 price range, and then, okay, now we're on the second row of cards. This is my Vileplume. Came out as a 7. Just, needed something to fill out for my even number. This is Bulbasaur. I have a friend that collects him heavily, so I always try to grade Bulbasaur, just so that my friend can buy from me. It's a little game we play in the hobby circuit. This is a magic card I picked up in an estate sale. Dude was liquidating his entire attic for like $50. And I might have found 3 grade-worthy cards. Everything else went to the quarter box. These Lurkana cards, there's finally starting to be secondary market data on them, so that things like the 10s do have a point of reference. This is a Michael Jordan card. I just got graded for myself. If you're going to have Michael Jordan around, you might as well protect it. So this was actually going to be a flip for profit. Not going to be much to get off of an unlicensed 8. So to the bargain box it goes. Going to make some kids' day with it. And then get a 10, also an unlicensed card. But CJ Stroud is definitely getting the attention of the younger collectors. And I have some fun with that. This is, for me, Garbage Pail Kids, Sapphire, Fran, iconic art, and then, the modern spin on it that they've been doing. Otani, from Inception. Absolutely love Inception, and I'm probably doing myself a disservice by not stocking up on Inception for my baseball personal collection, because the Otanis that I've stocked up on are all for sale. This is a rookie card of a very talented young man. Not looking for a lot. Cal Ripken. This actually got rejected by SGC. So it originally was graded by Golden as a 7. SGC rejected it as trimmed. CGC gave it a 7 also. This is a printing plate that I bought off of a friend. It was originally in wood equated to a BCCG slab. Got it in a better looking slab. Mark Ingram. I think he qualifies for the Saints Hall of Fame. And then we got Patrick Mahomes. On the fence on what I'm going to do with this one, because I love Pat Mahomes. The Chiefs have kind of become my wife's honorary team. I might keep it, I might sell it. Archie Manning, Saints legend. Can never have enough autographs of him around, whether in my collection or in my inventory. Archie Manning gets attention, especially from the adult collectors, the boomers. You get an 80-year-old at your booth and you're in Louisiana and you got an Archie autograph, it's selling. Just another case of me trying to grade every 1999 Pokemon card I come in contact with, whether from the TV show, the movie, or the game. It's a roll of the dice. It's all from my friend's collection that sat in an attic since 03. This is Blastoise, so definitely have a young collector in my circle who collects Blastoise. So, gonna see about getting that to him. Mew moves well with the female collectors, and I think it's because Mew is just adorable. Every color with Mew, and you can see in this one too, has that purplish pink going on. I'm not an artist, so if it's not a basic 8-pack of Crayola color, I kind of struggle on the wording. But so I got these 3 hollow Mews graded, because a hobby should be for everyone. And in Jafar, a 10. And I just happen to notice my female collector friends gravitate toward Mew, so help them out. And Sleepy happens to be my favorite dwarf, because I love a good recliner nap, and yeah, I'm lazy. some baseball. Not expecting a big return of investment on this. But, I like to get the named stars graded, especially when they're clearly tin condition, like the Mookie Betts here. Another Ohtani. These will move pretty easily at the right price point. With what we sunk in per card after shipping, I can throw a $15 to $20 price tag on it, haggle a bit, still come out ahead if they're buying multiples. I'm not going to haggle too hard on a single. Not one for digging my heels in, but it's got to make sense. This is a hobby first, but I cannot sustain my hobby if I'm selling my extras at a loss. So, and I guess in that sense, it's basic economics. So this is a nice 10 of Vaughn Grissom. And it's a rookie card. Parallels. So, right buyer might line that one up. Okay, so this is my Joe Burrow from the submission. My buddy had a 10, now I have a 10. So, it's a good day. Another Burrow. This one's a 9, and there's a rival player on it. Collectors are hit or miss on 2-player cards. This is Travis Kelce. He's a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He's really talented, and there's nothing else notable about him other than his football life. So, Trevor Lawrence, 9. Would have preferred a 10 or a 9.5. But put that in a bargain bin. Somebody's going to be super happy about that. Now, here's a 10. It's unlicensed, but it's from when he was in high school anyway. And Army All-Star game. So, workable. Another bargain bin card now, I guess. Trevor Lawrence, 8. Just put it in a $10 box. Some young person will be happy with it. Rookie card. I'm just trying to be as diverse with what I submitted as possible. Another Trevor Lawrence. Another grade that's below profit, I would speculate. An Ohtani parallel. I do love this artwork. This one might stay with me. If you've seen my show inventory, though, I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, so this is a Blastoise, and I'm getting to the point of the submission where I'm not sure if this is actually mine or a friend. Okay, it's my friend's, because they also submitted some Topps Chrome from the early years. So that's theirs. This is Collector NB, November Bravo. He's actually the Blastoise collector I referenced earlier with the card I submitted. Him and his dad are really father-son tag team into hobby. Love to see it. It's so cool watching them bond and talk about their different collecting goals together. Unfortunately going to be the bearer of bad news that they got a 6.5 on this really cool Pikachu. Maybe they can buy other copies that'll grade better. And Charizard. So it's our third Charizard from this submission, I think. 2 for me, 1 for them. I think someone else had a Charizard too. Ancient Mew. This is a pretty iconic card in the hobby. This is for my friend BJ. He's never had cards graded before. And so this one, and this is the other one he had graded. So these are his first 2 graded cards. Good job, bud. Good eye. Not bad for your first time. This is me. This is one of my favorite Magic cards of all time. I actually bought it under the auspice of it being an unlimited. And I guess it's not. And, oh, well, okay. Another Charizard. So this is mine. I forgot about this. It's in Japanese. It's a probably not tournament legal, judging by the back. But cool, pristine 10. That's my first through CGC. So just kind of going through them again. This is my godchild's cards. Little guy got got a 10 on his first attempt. I'm so excited for him, I'm stuttering. Here's his soccer card that he'll be surprised with, and I actually got a bunch of messy cards in the mail for him that I wish would have came in before we sent these. Could have got those graded for him. My Mona Lisa, on the fence on what I'm going to do with it, if I'm going to keep it or sell it. You know, we got MJF right here. Still a little salty about the 4 cards that didn't grade, especially for the ones that had questionable authenticity. I'm not sure what goes into that decision. There was nothing on the little sticker that they gave me. And here is SL's cards, his beautiful chrome rookie card of Robert Meacham, this amazing Michael Jordan. I actually probably should seek a copy out for myself. Eckersley, this man is a very big Eckersley fan. I feel bad that this only got an 8.5. He actually asked me to peel the finest coating off, and I mean, it might have been a surface fall in the back that was pre-existing and had nothing to do with the work I did. Still, as the coordinator of the submission, I feel like I bear some level of responsibility with it. Here's BO's Yu-Gi-Oh cards again. Just great selections from an artistic standpoint. Bummer about the 8.5, but 8.5s, plural, I should say, but beautiful cards, man. And whether you're storing these or you're putting them on like a little display for your man cave or your nerd dungeon, however you quantify your collecting space, I think these are going to look great. And you have nothing to be ashamed of with these grades. I'm not too crazy about the inner sleeve for CGC on the smaller cards. I say that as a normal BGS fanboy, and the inner sleeve is kind of standard for their cards. But with CGC, you're looking at one of the prettiest, most aesthetic acrylic holders in the grading space. And then to add a clouded sleeve after the fact seems a little counterintuitive to what I'm looking for aesthetically. But I guess that's something you gotta weigh as a pro and con. I don't really like the way my vintage looks in PSA holders. And while I would prefer to grade all 3,000 of my pre-war cards with SGC, that's not going to be sustainable at their price. Right now they're $14 a card if you go through the bulk groups, which, not bad. That's a fair price. It really is. But in the numbers I'm thinking, using the CGC Elite membership, I'm saving upwards of $4 a card. So if I could just get that beautiful acrylic with my war card, pre-war card, and not have the cloudy inner sleeve, I think that would be a perfect world for my taste. But I am one collector, and majority rules. If I'm the outlier, I have to live with that. I'm not about to go to war over the hobby. If this was my primary source of income, might be a little more combative. But it's a side hustle for me. Every dime I make, I turn around and sink it right back into buying more stuff for my personal collection. It's, I rather stress about the things that matter in my day-to-day. The hobby's supposed to be about smiles and joy and just getting to put someone's first graded order in their hands and watching them light up. Cool. In the instance of the Pikachu getting a 6.5, I think there's possibly a learning opportunity for the young man that picked it out. Like, okay, well, what did you miss? Now is the time to look at getting you a jeweler's loop, some soft cloth to wipe off smudges, learn to eyeball the centering, and even then, I've been grading for 16 years if my math is correct, and I still get some questionable returns. There's been occasional times where I'm reflecting or I'm examining the card and I find the problem, and it's like, oh, silly me, how did I miss that? It happens. As long as these children have fun and keep the hobby alive and do their part in keeping it a hobby, I feel good about trading cards after I'm gone. I'm definitely getting the sense that the flippers from the COVID era are starting to vacate the hobby, and we're going to see some normalcy for us as buyers. And that's cool, because if I'm able to buy stuff at a more affordable level, then the stuff I'm selling I can in turn sell at a lower price. I will probably, like most of the other resellers, take a major hit on investments from 2020 onward if you're still holding on to anything. Hey, that's the nature of getting into collectibles. It's a volatile market. I've been collecting since 87. Started paying real attention to the ups and downs of values since around 98. And this is not going to be the first time values drop. It's not going to be the last time. And quite frankly, they'll go up again. Maybe I'll sell a lot more during the next boom, whenever that may be. If I'm even around for it, who knows? Looking forward to it being fun again. And just fun. And not having to be a business. Or having to treat it like a business. Or having to think like a business person. Where I can just fully focus on, I'm a hobbyist looking to make money to further my hobby addiction. I hesitate to say addiction. That's such a serious topic. But definitely would like to sell a few things so that I can continue grading and protecting the things I really want to protect. And once again, here's that pristine 10 Charizard, and it's in Japanese. Don't think any of the collectors that are into the tourney level collecting are going to want it. But if there's one thing I've learned in my crash course of Pokemon, is Charizard sells. Charizard has a following. So it's just a matter of me being patient and finding the right collector for it. And these are just some scans I took of a few of the cards before sending them off. I guess when I dragged and dropped all the scans, I grabbed the ones from before the submission. It happens. I'm only human. But yeah, this right here is questionable authenticity, and this one too, according to CGC. And I definitely do sound sour grapes-ish when I say it that way. And I don't mean for that. I'm just more confused than anything. And having to explain to a child that adults are suspicious of your cards of being counterfeit, it's not a fun conversation. And hopefully his caregivers can frame it in a way that he doesn't take it too hard to heart. We're gonna get them slapped by someone. I'm I'm thinking I'm gonna get Golden to take care of this for us. They are so child friendly when it comes to this hobby, and they remember that it's a hobby. So anyway, thank you CGC for the great membership that you provide to me and great customer service. Overall, 70 card sub. We had 4 cards that were a little off. It's fine, you know. That's not math I'm willing to do, but I think if you took a test with 70 questions and missed 4, that's still an A. I still highly recommend CGC, and I definitely do think I'm getting my money's worth out of the Elite membership, especially by getting to share it with my friends and letting them be able to enjoy some of the cost saving perks as well. So this has been Nerdgasm. Y'all have fun with this hobby, because if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. That's just my opinion. Y'all take care.
So small yet so grand, trading cards from every land. Baseball, football, and a Pokemon. With a smile, Greg's your number one. Nerdgasm, it's the place to be. Trading cards with history. Come on down and you will see. Ask for Greg, he holds the key. Bells are stocked with every star, from the past and near afar. Get your heroes in your hand. Nerdgasm's the promised land. Nerdgasm is the place to be. Trading cards with history. Come on down and you will see. Ask for Greg, he holds the key. Bells are stocked with every star, from the past and near afar. Get your heroes in your hand. Nerdgasm's the promised land. Nerdgasm is the place to be. Trading cards with history. Come on down and you will see. Ask for Greg, he holds the key. Every card a story tells. In the shop where magic swells, find your next collection piece. Nerdgasm brings the perfect peace. Nerdgasm is the place to be.